MSME, large startups, being an entrepreneur or being a content creator, in सब में ना एक चीज बहुत common है, that is the leadership value, right? All of these people are in some way directly or indirectly leading.
Yes.
Either a change, either community, cause, content, something, right? So I wanted to pick your brains because you've seen so many leaders at large. Like, what's the difference between a leader who goes on to build 1,000 crore or 10,000 crore business versus a leader who's stuck at 1 crore or who's stuck at like just 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees?
I would say one is horizon, like foresight. The way I see it is the large base of business owners that are there are thinking about the next 1 month. And I think the ones who've built 1,000, 10,000 crore enterprises have never thought about the month. Not because the next month was sorted, but they were always thinking about next 10 years. So the ability to see a future, that's the start point. Like people ask me, Rajiv, which business has good scope or opportunity? I always say this, any business where you have a vision, a foresight, a horizon कि ये कर सकते हैं, ये हो सकता है, and you have a capability is a great opportunity. Because imagine if, let's just say, you decide saying, I'll start a real estate brokerage firm because there's an opportunity. यहाँ पर बहुत नए apartment आ रहे हैं, मेरे को 1 महीने का मिल जाएगा. That game is coming out of the opportunity you see. It's not coming out of what is your vision for that opportunity. So I think the fundamental distinction between mediocre and brilliant in business, it starts with the foresight and the horizon. How far in the future can you see and what do you see? It starts from there. And then you have the courage to build backwards from there. Do you have to still fight for your sustenance and pay your bills? Yes. But you always are building in alignment towards that. Even though you're fighting and doing some stuff, odd jobs on the side, odd projects on the side, you're still building for that.
Interesting. And so do you believe that from day one, we should start thinking about 10 days? 10 years, sorry.
It is ideal to say that. It's not real. It won't happen. Okay. If you hear this and you're able to sleep over it and come up with something, good for you. But I think what happens to most people is that they start their business with a lot of hope and optimism, just based on the opportunity or the capability or the product that they have, thinking ye chal jayega. Then they get beaten and bruised by the market. Some give up and die when they get beaten and bruised by the market. Some find a island, or not even an island. Some find a stone to hold on to in the sea, saying, "ठीक है, at least मैं पानी में डूबूंगा नहीं." And they start playing the month-to-month survival game. Okay, very few continue swimming in the ocean, saying, "Till I find my island, I'm not going to stop." So I think most drown. Majority who survive hold. It's like, imagine there's a rough sea and there is one stone in the middle of the sea and this one guy is living over there. Most entrepreneurs live life like that. कि ये महीना कैसे चलेगा, ये महीना कैसे चलेगा. Very few are like, ठीक है यार, इधर पत्थर मिला है मुझको, but मैं इधर बैठ नहीं सकता. इधर ही बैठ जाऊंगा तो क्या करूंगा. Very few people question that in their journey of building a business. So you got to leave that stone.
To find the bigger island.
To find the fantasy island. Yeah.
So that's the leadership quality number one. You need to have a vision. You need to have a problem statement or something in an end state in your head. Ki, okay, 10 years later, or maybe forget 10 years, don't give a timeline. It's like, this is the ultimate thing which I want to achieve. And then backtrack it, whether it's going to take 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, It's up to you. Yeah. So that's the quality. I think
that's number one quality in terms of playing for something that's beyond you, that's large.
Okay. What's the number 2 quality in good leaders versus bad leaders? I would say that good leader versus great leaders. That's a good. So first is tenure capability. What's the second?
I think there are too many number 2s. Okay.
I don't want to put you like 1, 2, 3, 4 sequencing. Yeah. I'm just chronological order. I'm just asking like more.
So I'm trying to see, in my exposure to MSMEs, I'm trying to see who have been standouts and who have been like, nahi yaar, they're just stuck and they're not willing to move. I think the second thing is people management skills. Great businesses are never built by an entrepreneur. Though the media will highlight the entrepreneur, I think it's built by a core team. And you really need to have good people management skills to identify, nurture, retain a good core team. It's like you need to build your wolf pack. Okay, it's people you care about, but people you don't hesitate questioning also. That ability, and I think leaders I have seen who do that well. See, most leaders in the world use force and authority as a way to get things done.
Oh yes.
Okay, and that's not sustainable. Okay. Very, very few leaders I have seen who understand the balance between accountability for results and creating a bond for relationships. Very few leaders do that, and even fewer leaders are able to teach their leaders to lead in the same way. So it's like this: every business is a people business. Okay, so that culture that you build, the capability that you build, the clarity and alignment that you build, it's an extension of your personality. You can't fake it or hire a consultant to do it for you.
True.
You can't fake it.
No, that's so true. I agree on this 100%. And I said this to my team yesterday. Like yesterday we had this conversation. I believe we need to change the rules of leadership at all. You know, we've always heard that we need strong leaders. We need authority leaders. We need people who can take like crazy command. You know, they can take charge of everything. I totally disagree with this. I think we need soft leaders. And I'll tell you why. And what I mean by soft leaders. Okay. I'll give you a great example. In my house, okay, there's my father, who is the bread earner. He is authoritative figure. He's the, let's say, by title, he's the leader of the house. Okay. He comes and he leads the organization. He leads the family. He's saying, ye aisa aisa hoga. And you have to do it. Right. Versus, okay. And there's a lot of revolt sometime. Ki, yaar mujhe nahi karna as I'm growing. Mom says, like, nahi, this is not fair. Younger brothers. So there's always like a tough tussle. That's your hard, strong leader. And then there's my mom, who just comes in my house, who says, यार ये मेरा रूम ना अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा है क्योंकि इधर इतना सारा कचरा पड़ा हुआ है यार कैसे करते हो तुम लोग. That's it. And she walks away. Within an hour when she's back, इतने में पूरा रूम, पापा उठ गए, भाई उठ गए, सब उठ गए, like everybody is just cleaning the room and doing it. Right? What is the core of leadership? Getting work done. Right? That's the ultimate, for the ultimate purpose of the vision of the company.
I'll push it one step.
I'll take, okay, I'll finish this. So what's the ultimate leadership? Leadership matlab getting work done for the ultimate purpose of the, like whatever, for the result which you want. Mom just said and expressed what she wants to do, and it gets done. She didn't command. She was not authoritative. She didn't tell any of us kisko karna chahiye, kya karna chahiye, nahi hua, right? And why people were doing it? Not because we're scared of her, because there's love and caring. Because we know that this leader of the house loves and cares about so much that we need to care and love about her needs as well. So when this happens in an organization, when a leader is taking care of everybody, everybody takes care of the vision of the leader. And that's what happens in like most of the organizations around the world.
And I'll tell you something, I kind of build one more layer on that. I've also seen in my experience of working with entrepreneurs that, and as you're saying that, I can visualize there are people who are going to be watching this and say, no, Raj, I've taken care, but people have screwed me over.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel, for me, love is one essence of the leader, which is to be compassionate. And courage is also an equally important essence. Okay. So what your mom does works in that context. Okay. That love works in that context. Her approach is way more effective than probably your dad's approach in that situation. Okay. But if she continues only providing love, say, let's just say, for example, you ended up being a dopehead. Okay. Which I know you are not. Though you look sometimes.
Please don't, guys, I don't. I'm a teetotaler, no smoking, no doping, never. I've never done any of that.
That's why you should shower and do videos. Okay, so people don't assume that. See, that's now I'm trolling Raj Shamani on his channel. Okay, but let's just say, for example, you turned into a dopehead. Okay. Now, if your mom uses love, okay, and I've seen this happen around me, the mother's using love, beta kyun kar raha hai, mat karna, you'll feel soft and emotional in that moment, okay? But when you'll go out, your friends will be like, bro, I'll roll one, take one. Love doesn't work in all contexts, okay? For me, an effective leader is not just pure love. For me, an effective leader is one who can be who he needs to be in a situation, the ability to adapt. I can be soft and loving, and I can give you the hearing of your life with due respect to you, but in a manner where you feel, even though I'm tough,